This is Justin AMZN for Tuesday, April 6th, 2021. We had a really indecisive day. Uh, it was positive by uh, 7 cents, and it was just a sideways day. We were right up here in resistance. We actually pushed up and made a new high higher than Monday and actually did close this gap here. But we are definitely in a resistance zone. We did not get into 32.50 here or 32.48.95. We stayed just below that. There was definitely some selling coming in. Obviously, this really, really, really large bearish candle after we had such a huge run up. And we did not actually get above this candle. Wait, let me double check. 32.47.11 and 32.47. Oh, okay. By 20 cents, we got above this candle. I didn't look at these candles at the exact highs. Okay. By 20 cents, we got above this candle, and that was definitely a trap. So that was where bears were coming in and selling, and then it pushed back down. Uh, it's kind of hard to draw some really clean lines on this. This was really just a choppy day. Bears and bulls, fighting 4 bullish days in a row. On the call, the 3,300 call, I did notice some resistance coming in. So I just connected these two highs and extended it. And you could see, really the sideways action or any rallying was really snuffed out right here. Got into it a little bit more here as it rolled over. Any of these were really good places to look at the puts. So if we look at the same time, that was really kind of calling this low down here. You could have been getting into the 3,200 put, like 12 by 11, and actually the low of 1130 that it put in right here. I'm putting the same low of 1130 later in the day. So really the same setup could have worked twice, get in at 12 or even trying to buy the low or near the low, like 1150, and then get out for 3 hours and it would have worked. So getting in at 12 and getting out, let's see, at 15. So that would have been on this candle or this candle would have filled for 15 and would have worked again over here. Get in at 12, get out at 15 on, okay, would have been this candle. Um, when this was kind of rallying, it looked like it was going to run into some resistance. I mean, this just me glancing at the market during the day, seeing kind of where this was at. It's like there's some resistance here. There's clearly some resistance here. It's like how much higher is this going to push up before the bears really come in and take over? And this was where it rolled over, and it really lined up really well with this call. You could see we didn't really play into the blue line or this red line. The red line we looked at on Monday did not really signify much. I was really more so watching this blue line. We did look like we double topped onto that one here. If we zoom out to the hourly, this is where I left off the video from Monday. Let me zoom in on just this. This entire area is definitely a resistance zone. We've rolled over from this area before. I'm not saying we're going to roll over on Wednesday or anytime this week. I'm not trying to call it like that. I just think it's a good place for some selling to come in. If we do, roll over, you can play that back down into like maybe 31.20s somewhere in here, especially back down into this kind of wedge. But we've had some candles that have wicked up or closed just above this upper blue line on the channel, and we really had something very similar happen with the open today. We just like this candle. Now obviously today's opening candle was not this large, but we ran up, had a close up here, and then just spent the day coming back down and into this same area. Didn't really get a solid close above this line. So right here, obviously we closed just slightly above and then came right back down. So this is more like, even on the hourly, this looks a little bit more like a double top. Kind of like this looked like a double top. It just sold off more on that same day, retested here. So if we do something like that, look for a break in the morning, retest into probably 32.20, and then continue lower. That's if the same selling comes in, and I don't know if it's ready to do that or not. If we do end up going higher, we have a ways to go, because we had sold off so hard from here that if we're starting to, trap any bears holding on to this still, we can continue to run up. Like there really isn't a good pivot till you get up to like maybe 33.30, somewhere up in here. I mean, this was just such a solid sell off right here. Um, we could rally right back up this kind of range, um, if we do continue up. And actually, that would line up. Nope, doesn't quite line up with this red line. So this red line, I'm gonna leave it on here, just see if anything starts to work again, just because it grabbed the low here using the same angle. But I don't know that it's going to line up with anything, and it may end up being more of like a distraction. We'll see. I still like the blue line. I'm going to keep the blue lines in here and see if we can follow any sort of a channel in here. But definitely on a bigger time frame like this, like on the hourly, you can see some of this retracement. You can see that we're getting back up into, this gap. We can go sideways for a little bit more, then go on up. This was a really good indecisive day. Clearly ending the day with only a 7 cent move overall. I think the last time we did that was way up here, where we actually opened and closed at the same price. Had a zero movement on that day. We had another one here. These have tended to be at kind of pivots where it reversed here and it reversed here. So if this does end up being a reversal point, it makes sense. We, six, no, seven, let's see, 6 of the last 7 candles have been bullish, including, this hammer that started it, another kind of hammer here, even though that was bearish. Inside, a little bit of resting. We've had a really nice rally, percentage wise or dollar wise. We've run up, about 250 points from 3,000. This is a really good move. Is it over? I don't know. Could be over for right now. We could retrace a little bit. I was saying I'd like to see an S curve back into like 3150, back into these upper wicks, retesting that, then continue higher. That's fitting to kind of a rollover back into the lower edge of this blue line here, the lower channel. If it happens in a day or something, like, if it happens this quick, then we could get back down there, like 3120s. If it takes a little longer, maybe we'll hold like 3150 and retest this level. But that's, I guess, what I'm looking to happen, and we'll see if it does or not. Hope this helps. This is Justin AMZN. Thanks.